Today in the crypto space, we see green price action throughout the market. Bitcoin hitting bullish levels, $100,000. Ethereum also up approximately 7%. And the rest of the crypto space, these altcoins looking pretty good. We have some major gainers today like Algorand, XRP, Virtuals, and many others. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator. But more importantly, I want to talk about one project that many people were buzzing about. And of course, it's getting a bit of a bounce, and that project is called Peaq. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome on the channel. We talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunity. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on here, guys, because the market today is on fire. We see the total market cap climbing to about $3.6 trillion, up 2.8%, looking pretty good. Of course, there's a bit of concern here, just a little bit. And the concern is the volume, the lack of volume here. We're not getting that much volume, which means there's not a lot of market participation. However, guys, all it needs is a bit of FOMO. A bit of FOMO, we start breaking critical levels. We start squeezing to the upside, breaking those levels, and then we start to see real action. Now, you know, it's just the calm before the storm type of scenario. As soon as we start to see the storm begin, this is where we could start seeing some capital really flow into this market. So pay attention, guys. Hopefully you were able to DCA in earlier this week, even late last week, and especially into some of those AI agent projects, because right now they are on fire. Okay, guys, let's kind of scrape through the top 100 and let's see what's going on here. Obviously, today's video is on Peaq. You know, a lot of people were talking about Peaq. A lot of people expecting Peaq to do very well. And Peaq at the current moment is holding a good level, decent level. It's not part of the hottest narrative per se. However, you know, it is pretty much in a good space and a good place in the market's mindset. So I definitely want to make sure that if we are bullish at the current moment, that we are scaling in at good levels. Bitcoin is giving us the signal. Ethereum, more importantly, is telling us that the altcoins are in the lead, are taking the lead. Why? Because right now Ethereum is up 7%, where Bitcoin is only up 3.3%. That means that there's a little bit more volatility in these altcoins. Now we've seen XRP killing it, doing really great. Congrats to the XRP community. It's at about $3 right now. Lots of strength today, 11.3% to the upside. We also see Tether getting a bit of a bounce, but as long as we're going sideways here, we're doing good with Tether. BNB looking strong, looking okay. We have a lot of higher highs throughout the market today, guys. The 4-hour time frame came in and showed us what it has to offer. However, guys, we also have to have a bearish thesis. It looks very bullish right now. It does, and I'm very happy. Today was a very profitable trading day for myself, and obviously congratulations to everybody that got into some positions today, and because we're definitely in the green. But we have to entertain the possibility of corrections, and this is why I want to talk about Peaq, because Peaq hasn't really left the station yet, and any corrections could be bought at a good risk to reward ratio. Okay, so we're going to keep this in mind, because some of these projects have left the station. We see AVAX doing pretty good, Cardano doing pretty good. We have Sui has been doing pretty good, but at least holding strong here. And we have Chainlink doing great, obviously doing good. A lot of these OG projects are showing some strength. We see some strength out of Hyperliquid. Hype is doing good. After that video yesterday, we started to show a little bit of strength over there, which is awesome. And the list goes on and on and on. Guys, the market in general, except for Virtuals, again, the AI agent narrative, Virtuals right now is up 29%. Be careful getting into these massive pumps, guys. If you bought into any agent narrative projects right now, they're doing very well. getting into fresh longs at the current moment is a bit risky. Look for those bottom dwelling projects. There are a couple within the narrative, within the AI agent narrative, that are still bottom dwelling, and I will be covering those, of course. But guys, join me live tonight at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. I take requests. If you have any projects you want me to cover and give you my opinion on with regards to price action and fundamentals, that is a great time and place to make those requests. So feel free to join. It's free, obviously. BitTensor looking good, and Algorand, guys. Algo right now, I'm so glad that I didn't get out of Algorand. I remember when Algorand was so stagnant, not really doing anything, and all of a sudden now we're finally seeing Algorand as a beast of a project, holding strong and doing its thing. Okay, so I'm very pleased to see that. And as we keep on going down, we see a lot of good gainers, guys. A lot of congratulations everywhere, even the Sonic / Phantom holders out there. We got a great recovery. We're up 25% in the last 7 days, which is awesome. Last night in the live stream, I made it very clear that if you're going to be getting in, it's time to get in now. And Phantom decided to run alongside, obviously, the rest of the market. So congrats there. And there's a lot of good price action throughout the market. Okay, guys. So let's jump right into, obviously, Bitcoin. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about, of course, the project of today, which is Peaq. Let's jump right into that. I know you're here to talk about price action, so let's begin. We see Bitcoin doing its thing, showing strength, and right now showing a little bit of respect to that diagonal resistance. Right? The question is that diagonal actually going to have the strength to cause a rejection, or are we actually going to start breaking out to the upside? Let's take a look at this in a little bit more detail. So what I want to focus on is primarily structure. Now, I know this painting right here is starting to look like a piece of art, right? The more we stay here, obviously, the more I start putting in lines and looking for, structure and opportunity and so on and so forth. So I do really want to, have a very open mind right now, because there's so much happening here. Obviously, we do have a nice horizontal support, very clearly defined. We have the diagonal trend line, which is currently being respected. We broke above and now we're back below, and it could be that we do get rejected here. It could be, but having so much confidence in a diagonal is not really the greatest, right? However, we do see that this level right here could be an emotional level, given the fact that we do have some volume gap right into here, a volume gap that could act as resistance. So it's not necessarily the diagonal that I'm interested in, it's the horizontal based on this volume gap. Okay, so if we do get rejected here, we could end up going into a consolidation right into this level. We could even continue breaking up and breaking to the upside, showing some strength, getting people wrecked, liquidated, shorts getting liquidated, short squeezes. This is usually the moments that this starts to happen. So if you're going to enter shorts right now, what you really do have to get into is lower time frames. As you can see, the reversals in the past didn't give you much to go by, much data to go by on the daily. So really get down there, get down to the 4 hour, down to the 1 hour. If you see a structural change, and we'll do that right now to see if there's anything, then maybe, yeah, you might want to take some profit. Maybe if you want to get into some shorts, that's your thing. But personally speaking, what I see right now is the perfect moment to get people wrecked, especially with these nice rounded bottoms. Okay, rounded bottoms, obviously, you guys know, get me really interested in the charts. They get me really excited. And at the current moment, we do see the potential to start looking for previous high and maybe make the higher high. Okay, so I am looking at this general zone for a change of character on the 4 hours. So let's quickly go there. But before I do that, you can see that the momentum volatility right now is looking so nice. The orange line might be looking for overbought conditions, and we could be looking for a break of trend on momentum and maybe getting overbought. The chop zone could be acting as that support. We got an EMA cross right now with one green histogram bar looking pretty good. So everything on the daily, is not bad. It's not bad at all. We could be pivoting even bullish here on the daily, but it's the 4 hour, guys, that really gets me interested, because the 4 hour has a lot more data. As usual, the data is what gives us the confluence to make, some critical decisions. And the fact is that we broke above that diagonal, like I mentioned, and this is a very retail oriented type of scenario. Why? Because the retail traders love the diagonals. Diagonals are trend lines, they're easy to trade, and a lot of people might be going short here on the diagonal. However, if we start following liquidity and the real levels of pain, are right around this top, right? A lot of people are going to be putting this top in at stop losses, especially if they're going short right here. Where other areas of confluence do you have for shorts other than this top, right? So it's very likely that we do come up here eventually, and it also very likely that maybe the retail market or the people that are going to be shorting here do short, but it cause a little bit of maybe some sell pressure for profit taking as well. Take a short-term bounce, maybe get a bounce off the point of control, maybe get a bounce off of these EMAs. You get what I mean? So come back to the hard line of this channel and perhaps looking for a bounce and then maybe a continuation. And that's what I'm anticipating right now. To be honest, is not a good time for fresh longs or shorts. Right? The problem is that when also you're going to take the risk. The risk was down here. The risk time to take risk was all into this level when I was saying over and over and over, both on the live stream and on my daily videos, telling you that as long as we stay above 92,000 and we close candles above here, the way we did it was bullish, guys. I started entering long positions on many blue chips right around this level, and they have been printing since. So this is pretty good. All of a sudden now, getting into fresh long, there is a level of risk here for a rejection, and even if it's a short-term pullback. So the long story short is this: I will be buying, I will be going long on any short-term drawdowns. Okay, any pullbacks throughout this market, as long as we make higher lows and get confirmations of a higher low, I will be deploying and I will be accumulating into margin positions and entering long-term spot positions and so on. I will be accumulating. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is at a little bit of a level, but I'm not too concerned here because it's not enough for me to get bearish. Okay, so keeping longs open right now is not a bad idea. Just trail up those stop losses right into profit just in case. Okay, guys, now we can see that we're entering a little bit of a scenario where we're overbought. Just entering there. The overbought condition is the most volatile state for the bulls, in the sense that above the 70% mark is where we get the majority of the gains. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're entering that zone where we can start exploding with a lot of strength, and that's basically what we're looking for now. Now, I do have this thesis, and the thesis is generally speaking that this structure is quite mature. It's quite established. It's got a lot of tops and bottoms. The structure is clean. It's clear. It's established, and that means that we're due for a breakout. And given the fact that we're pushing the diagonal, I wouldn't be surprised if we break out with this with a sense of strength right into this level and picking up a bit of volume. Obviously, we need a bit of retail. Now, given the retail scenario, could we be front running the next the next major news, which is obviously Gary Gensler moving on, and we are entering a new an administrative leader, of course, Donald Trump. That's another opportunity to expect people to front run the markets, and it could be the case, right? So this is all things that I'm considering. Now, if you look at the trend oscillator, EMAs are facing up, green histogram bars to the upside, and the bullish divergence is getting its follow through. What else do we want here, guys? So you can see that generally speaking throughout the market, we should be on the bullish bias. And given the fact that this structure is also, coming in from a hot pump to the upside, this was a profit taking scenario and an opportunity for the bulls to buy those dips, buy those sell-offs. And ultimately, the bulls showed us that, look, they're buying up all the liquidity that people are exiting on. But all the profits that people want to take, it's okay. People are buying it right back up. And you can see we held up and went sideways. So we got to be patient here, guys. Now, fresh longs are dangerous. What I would be looking for are altcoins that you're bullish on that haven't left the station, that haven't really done anything major yet. So, there are some AI agent narrative projects that haven't really left the station, but maybe shifting away from that narrative might not be a bad idea, and looking into other projects that have gotten a significant amount of interest throughout the market. Okay, and that leads me into Peaq. Peaq, at the end of the day, right now hasn't reached its peak again, right? As you can see, the previous highs are still here, and the retracement is real, right? We got a nice retracement all the way down to these levels where liquidity matters, where the emotions start to begin, and we started to get a nice high right here, a slightly higher high, and you can see it's looking really, really good right here. If you start looking at, what's really being built here, could be a pivot point structure. Good volume into this move to the upside. Horizontals, as you can see, this was the horizontal level that I identified earlier on, and we hit that level very nice. We have nice divergence right around here, lower lows on the price action, and we're beginning the follow through right now as we speak. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying that is because up until now, you can see up until this point, and we follow the momentum has been upward sloping. from here sideways, and then upward sloping from here on. So we started to get class A, class C bullish divergence, then we transferred to class A, and then all of a sudden we are getting its follow through. So you can see how the follow through ends up looking like an inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, and this is where we start to build the pivot points and we start breaking structure, making higher highs. And obviously this is the change of character. Look at the trend oscillator, guys. EMA is facing up, green histogram bars, and the bullish divergence is also there. The expansion, the red expansion in the momentum is obviously tapered in, and maybe we start building or start growing here a green expansion to the upside. This is the ideal moment to start DCAing, especially any pullbacks, guys. If we get any pullbacks, so you can improve your entry and DCA all into this level, and obviously your invalidation is this low. As long as we don't break this low and we maintain the trajectory and we maintain moving to the upside, and Bitcoin continues showing strength and Ethereum showing strength, guys, it looks like Peaq might have a good reversal right into this level. So again, we're changing character. You can see that even the downtrend right into here, we're changing directions. We got the confirmation low, the higher low, we got even a higher high here, and we're breaking out. Now if we can come down and give us a better entry right around here, that's great. I would be DCAing all into this area. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're at critical zones here for Peaq, and all the oscillators right now are pretty much giving you a lot of confluence that this zone might be a good DCA zone. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join that Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. See you tonight at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.